I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
I'm about to hit y'all with another one. So let me go ahead and stop the music, please. Now I got to sit here and go off right now because we got two knuckleheads that deserve this work. Now I didn't know my name is being mentioned, right? So from the chief from the top dog of them all. The top dog of them all wanna chime in on me, right? So I didn't know, you know, my name was mentioned. So let me go ahead and play what was said. Let me see. Let me go right here where it was said at. Yeah, you wanna talk all this bullshit, right? Okay. Yeah. No.
Big
We gotta
retailers
go.
don't want you to have this zoom
No.
lens, but there's
So
nothing they can do to stop it. So there's this new super powerful monocular, and it's got the zooming.
You gonna embarrass me? I said, no, why? She said, well, yeah, I saw you on Twitter, and those guys said they were going to tell some stories about me robbing. Well, yes, I am going to talk about that as a GED. Talking this type of shit to this man. Another one, the woman told dude he was little and she would beat his ass. And she was standing there with this long, stupid red wig on. And the girl beside her had this long, stupid blonde wig on. And I'm sitting up here imagining that all the glue they have to put on their head to keep these shits on. And then when black women put on their fucking costume, they love to call other people ugly. If you got to put on a costume to look good, you don't have the right to call somebody ugly.
Well, now, before I get on to Angryman, I'm going to address you. Before I the Angryman, I'm gonna address you. First of all, nigga, How are you going to sit there and talk about women putting glue and putting weave in her head with that glue, that sticky ass glue shit, and yet nigga you fucking them? The shit is ugly. And I'm going by your logic, because logic matters here, right? So if logic matters, why are you trying to have sex with women that don't look good when you claim you like fine women? Make that make sense. Let's keep it moving.
But typically what's going on is black women are hiding who the fuck they are and talking about who the fuck they see you as. This woman is telling this man, as she's sitting in the back of his car, that he maybe has a GED. Talking this type of shit to this man while you done pissed on yourself, you rolling around in that car that don't look very expensive. You don't look like you're dressed very expensive. You got a whole patch of hair missing on the side of your head.
Now, Tommy, we know that you want to have sex with this woman anyway. We know you want to have relations with that woman. What's going on, Lawrence? I see you in the chat room. Char Willie, what's going on with you? So I'm not going to show you the footage of this live stream, but since my name was mentioned in this live stream, I'm going to have to respond to it. So anyway, let me keep on playing this.
But he don't have a GED, even though you don't know him. And that's one of the weird things that black women tend to do. And y'all tell me if I'm lying. Been discussing it this week a whole lot. Black women will say anything without any proof. And they've taught their children to do the same thing. That's why when you watch me in these spaces, these niggas just blurt out things.
Really now? Really? So you going about to blurt something out about me in a minute. You about to blurt something out about me in a minute, and I can back up when I'm about to back up on the reason why you're full of shit. You gonna say black women can say anything while you got on this panel and try to come at me, and I'm not even aware of this. I was told of this live stream an hour ago or so. And this live stream that Tommy Sotomayor did was a week ago, a few days ago, over the weekend. So I'm not even aware of Tommy. Tell you the truth, though, not really aware of him. So anyway, I am aware of him, but he's not even on my radar. Keep it moving.
That's why your ass smell like a dog. Have you ever met me? That's why your dick look. Have you ever seen me little? I mean, have you ever seen me naked?
You're only.
That's why you're gay. You ever see me with a man? They will say things that have nothing to do with you. You don't know if this man got a GED or not, and that's what you went to.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have a GED because apparently you're so much more educated. But your college degree got you in the back of his car. Let that sink in, bitch.
Well, wait a minute. What about your domestic violence? What about your DV issues? What about the time when you threatened, and when you was down in Dallas, you was talking about whooping a woman's ass for a fender bender, but then when you went to Q Brothers event, some nigga went ahead and stole you in your face. All you did want to call the police. And by the way, that Dallas situation about you want to pop this woman upside the head, that happened after what happened to you at Q Brothers event with the so-called pro blacks. I call them pro quacks, but anyway, let's keep it moving. See, you're a walking contradiction.
I got the last laugh. Because you did everything I wanted you to do. And I'm going to expose you. Get ready. Your head Oh, just started. Because you really don't know who I am, but I'm going to make sure you do when I get through with you. And yes, I am Kelly Fields, Esquire, MPA. Call Keith Higgins if you really want to know who I am. No, I didn't, loser.
You want to give me your address?
No, I don't. I don't have to. Just take me to the station so I can report y'all guys to the local news. Exactly what I wanted you to do. So everybody's going to know how much racism goes on in this state.
You know who she talk like? I know. If you've been a fan of mine for a long time, there's this dude that used to follow me and always want to talk to me. His name was Big J Triple X.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
And her voice sounds just like his because he used to stutter like that.
Really?
He used to get...
Wait. Let's stop right. Whoa. Let's stop. Let's go back to what you just said, though. Let's go back to what you just said. Let's go back to the mark where you said that, right? Let's go back.
You know what I'm saying? Big J Triple X. I don't know who remember Big J's want to talk to me. His name was Big J Triple X.
Really?
Oh, just started. Because you really don't know who I am, but I'm going to make sure you do when I get through with you. And yes, I am Kelly Fields, Esquire, MPA. Call Keith Higgins if you really want to know who I am. No, I didn't, loser.
You want to give me your address?
No, I don't. I don't have to. Just take me to the station so I can report y'all guys to the local news. Exactly what I wanted you to do. So everybody's going to know how much racism goes on in this state.
You know who she talk like? I know. If you've been a fan of mine for a long time, there's this dude that used to follow me and always want to talk to me. His name was Big J Triple X. And her voice sounds just like his because he used to stutter like that. He used to get... You know what I'm saying? Big J Triple X. I don't know who remember Big J Triple X. I don't even know what that meant, what his name was that, but that was his name. If y'all remember Big J Triple X, holla at you, boy.
You did exactly what I wanted you to do. You big boys got whooped by a fucking girl.
Don't she talk
white
like him?
Slave catching pigs. Trapped. Take me to the station, get the fuck out of my way.
So you saying I talk like her? So you said I talk like her, and then never mind about that. That's not really important. But for you to talk shit about making things up, right? Well, let me help you out. And Tommy, we already know you who you know that you are a uh, a bitch, right? You know, we already know. I wanted V-Dub Boogie still around. I want to know if if I wonder if V-Dub have the clip where Tommy stripped down and went to the shower trying to roast me on, I think that was Slapper Don's panel. What's up with that? We need to start asking that type of question. Why would you take a shower trying to roast somebody when there was a bunch of grown men on the panel? You see, I'm gonna end that part, but listen, I'm gonna take that down. I'm gonna take that down because see, you want to make up shit up, right? Talking about I was following you, I was a nigga. Since you want to call me out, right? About me being a follower, how come there are videos of me going in on you if I was a follower of yours, right? If I was a follower of yours, Tommy, why is there a part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8? You know, um, you know, there's about a 20-piece, a 20-part video, me going in on you. And if y'all look at this video, now the video right here is on private. It's private, y'all. It's on private. 9 years ago. It's private. And it's private for a reason. It's one of my most viewable videos at 5,200 views. 5,200 rather views. That's one of my top videos. But here is you, right? And I put it on private for a reason, because I went too far deep in the heart on the paint. So I'm following you because of what? What do you have to offer to me? Or what you got to offer to black men? Not a goddamn thing but shame, blame, and explain. That's all you did. And that's why I said, you are part of the problem, because all y'all do is, y'all don't offer anything but this right here, is shame, blame, and explain. So you want to sit there and accuse black women of making things up about people, when your black ass just try to make something up as if that was one of your bootlickers. No, you might want to talk to your boy over there who made a lot of numerous community posts about me. You might want to talk to him. He wants to follow you. Me, no, nigga. I saw you as part of the problem. And let me sit there and say this real quick. Let me say this real quick before I go in on Angryman real quick. Don't get it twisted. Just because I squash beef between you and Tyrone Thompson, just because at one point I was against them because they're trying to take away freedom of speech, don't mean I'm for you. Because I told you that numerous of times when I called in. This is not about you. This is about the future. So it ain't about your problems with the black woman and the black women's. No. This is about the future here. And y'all are recriminalizing girls who are not yet women, and using them as a future punching bag for yesterday's problems. That's why I said you and the black manosphere and the manosphere in general, the red pill community, needs to be stopped for that apparent reason. Now, enough with Tommy Sotomayor. Let me move on to the main course. Of this morning, and the person who I view as a bit. Well, can I cuss today? Am I past a certain limit? Oh, I'm past 18-minute mark. Good. Okay, this bitch right here by name of Angryman. The same Angryman that talk about black culture this, black culture that, and he's the one that do whole ass shit like this. Point guns on people while on live streams. Yes, right. Put guns on people because he can't accept that he's wrong. So Angryman decided to get on the Fox Soul for the third time. I think this is about the third time being on Fox Soul. And Fox Soul is just Vlad TV for black content creators, because anybody know what Fox is. Fox News and Fox Soul is run under the same company. So anyway, now I want you to understand right here. I want you to look at I want you to see how stupid this is, right? I want y'all to look at the description box. want y'all to look at the description box when I'm reading. This should be telling about the black male culture online. Who is looked up upon, right? Who is looked up upon? First of all, let's look at the women, right? Let's look at the women on here. It says here, Hannah, I can't. It's a Judge Hannah, couples therapist, Dr. Josh Hannah, Hannah, I can't pronounce the name, Johnson, Dr. Johnson, and attorney Hobbs. Who is Angryman? Is this the best y'all can do in bringing a black voice, a black male perspective? Yeah. Be careful of the men who defend Diddy. Yeah, right. Yeah. You're right. You're right about that, man. Tomorrow, you're right about that. But I'm looking at the description box. I want y'all to understand that never brought out the job Angryman does. Now, those two women are college-educated women. Well, Big Chat, how do you know? Well, for the people who are slow, because we know there's a lot of y'all slow Negroes on YouTube. That's a doctor and a lawyer. Why would they bring up Angryman, who in the past made video after video after video saying, don't dress in a three-piece suit. Dress in a suit and tie makes you Eurocentric, because he was talking about Kevin Samuels. And then also talking about he devalued college education and is against education in general. And who is you? Who is you? Anyway, back to the point. Let me scroll back up. So you got a legal scholar, a woman who's in legal, and a therapist who knows about mental health, because there's a mental health issue and there's a legal issue going on. But Angryman don't have no credence or no expertise about any professional field. Only his own warped thinking about his only degree he got is shame, blame, and explain, SBE.
Tired of that same narrative, especially in reference to black men.
Every time you look up, was about sexual violence. This is more about racketeering. So, like, are you? Speak more to that. You're saying that the Me Too movement, the chicks that come home to roost or something of that nature, is overused. But this wasn't specifically just about the Me Too movement. Was about sexual assault and violence. This is beyond that.
Okay, this entire case has been talking about sexual violence and assault.
Yeah, because it starts off as sexual assault. Why is there baby oil? Why there's baby oil spiked with some certain substance, lace, some certain substance? Why was there, certain things that was, those parties and wild things were going on and so forth? It's much more than just sex, Angryman. Maybe Negro, that was the first day. If you watch the trial, I didn't pay close attention to it, but the first day, the first half of the trial was based upon the salacious sexual stuff, not about the racketeering and the distribution of substance.
This entire case, P Diddy has a number of things that are questionable in his life, most of which haven't even been brought up, like the questionable deaths around him that seem to have surrounded him since the 90s. But what set this off was Cassie complaining about P Diddy abusing her. which turned into something about P Diddy being a sexual deviant and baby
wait, stop. Don't hold on.
oil and things of that nature.
Wait a minute. Let's get this straight. The woman came out of the hotel room. She was trying to leave, and he put hands and feet on said woman on camera, dragged her back into said room, and God knows what else happened to her when he shut the door. Sexual violence is still violence. How can you try to pigeonhole, try to separate the violence against these questionable deaths when we actually saw on videotape an actual, not was speculative. We actually saw him actually doing a violent act upon a person. And she sued him and put out the other information. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm being wrong on this, correct me. So unlike Angryman, I can't be told I'm wrong. I can't be told I'm wrong. But for him to sit there and talk about, try to separate the violence that's surrounding him, surrounding P Diddy, and the videotape that's actually proving P Diddy is a violent person. That doesn't make any sense for on Angryman point. So what? And the first half of the trial was about the sexual things that contain to the more perverted nature of P Diddy and those who surrounded him.
So yes, this is absolutely about sexual misconduct, which seems to be the same thing that is always used whenever a prominent black man is being prosecuted.
Yeah, but Angryman, it's on videotape. It's on videotape that a man beat a woman up, stomped her to the ground, and dragged her back into their room. Even that kind of looked like sexual violence. You don't know what else would happen behind closed door after that. But for you to sit there and try to split hairs on this is very troubling. And then you also was being a hypocrite because a few months earlier you did say that, or last year or so, you said that it was that you was defending Cassie West. So what changed your mind?
Well, in addition to sex trafficking, there's also a narcotics distribution that acts that were conducted and some evidence to back that up, as well as their bribery.
Whoa. George, I want to thank you for that. Because Angryman was the same person who want Carmelo Anthony in prison for stabbing the white boy. So anytime when a black man does something wrong, it's about some violence, but then though he didn't want no fair trial. You want a fair trial. Yeah, he didn't want a fair trial for Carmelo Anthony. When Carmelo Anthony stabbed that white boy. See, Tommy Sotomayor and Angryman is getting on my nerves. Why y'all? Anyway, let's keep it. What's going? Yeah. Darn. damn, him and Ringo, when you come and think about it, yeah, Ringo TV Raw and Rollo, yeah. Rollo with his fat parrot, the fat parrot. Anyway, let's keep it moving. The pot belly parrot. Anyway, let's keep it moving though.
3 days, not a single spark of electricity.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get that out the way.
Moments that have been highlighted throughout the case, obstruction of evidence throughout this case. So it's not just about sex trafficking. That's just one of the predicated crimes that falls under the racketeering charge.
Taylor, are you talking about the narcotics distribution? It seems like that was kind of personal. When I think distribution,
let me rephrase that. I apologize, Don. I would say trafficking.
Wait! Stop it! There's something else he's about to fuck up on. He's about to fuck up on this argument.
Yeah, but the drugs seem to be a big thing in there. But to me, that seems like a personal type use. It didn't seem like he was this big kingpin distributing drugs everywhere. Would that stick though with this case?
This is stupid, right? Distribution is not, you see, too many people watch too many movies, right? Too many, distribution can be small. If I tell somebody to take a gram, or no, I take a dime bag, or I take a certain amount, right? And I go to a party and parse it out to certain individuals. That is also distribution. It's not always tons of kilos. Sometimes it'll be 15 pounds, and you cut up the set into little grams. So to be quote unquote personal, no, Negro, it is. Never mind.
I mean, it is illegal to transport illegal drugs, whether you enjoy using them or not. It's still a crime.
Don't speak.
But the thing is, the entire foundation of the case is based upon sexual exploits. Even drugs that you just mentioned were being used for the purpose of keeping people able to continuously have sex. There's even one drug that he put in the IV that's for the
wait. And so what, it was used for sex or not? Why are you still worried about the sex part? Oh yeah, hold on. V-Dub said these so-called men of God, talking about the Hebrew Israelites over there, and conservative men are saying free Diddy, but Barry Kamalo is actually sick and twisted thought process. Yeah, it sure is. Sure is, V-Dub. Sure is on that. Sure is on that.
Benadryl. And why would he put that in there? Because some people are allergic to latex.
Well, we're not talking about legal over-the-counter drugs, but the bottom line is, within the RICO charge, if we really focus on the black letter of the law and the elements of the crime, it only takes 2 or more of these criminal acts to justify one of the primary core elements for the RICO charge.
See, now, this is the reason why I kept telling these manosphere Negroes over here, these red pill Negroes, the real problem is the education gap. The real problem is unemployment gap. And this woman, this lady, who's a lawyer, is telling Angryman the law. Angryman don't have no college degree. He doesn't have no education. Yet Angryman trying to come on this line and try to represent black men as a whole. This is who y'all choose as a leader. If this was Dennis Sperling, I probably wouldn't even do this live stream. If this was the lead attorney I would just shrug my shoulders at this, right? But why would you, a Negro who trying to put yourself at the representation of all black men, and you over here making a fucking fool out of your fucking self?
There's also the sex trafficking charge by force, fraud, and coercion. And even with that, there has been facts that have been presented to the jurors about the harboring, transportation of these witnesses. There's been information about sexual acts being performed that were not consented to by some of the victims. There has been a knowingly intent where the defense is alleged to be benefiting from these sexual acts, as well as overall force and coercion with the sexual conduct overall. So again, I think it's important to really focus on what the elements of the crimes are to really give a real perspective on what we're looking at. And
it seems like, excuse me, pardon me, it seems like you're trying to deflect away from the fact that the entire case the feds brought was hinged upon sexual misconduct.
God, one-track mind. You have a one-track mind. That's on the first day of the trial, Angry Man. That's on the first day, Valdez. That's on the first day, Bino. The sex part was on the first day of the trial. Did you listen to the second day, the third day, the second half of the trial? It seems though your mind is in the damn gutter, Angry Man, angry heifer, angry bitch, whatever your fuck. I don't know. I'm calling angry heifer from now on. Making an excuse about it's about sex. It's about sex, bruh, man. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Think everything about sex all the time. Damn.
No, I'm definitely not. I'm not deflating that part of it, but that was not the.
Whoa! Stop! I'm sorry. I was distracted by some. Never mind. Let me keep it going.
Entire case, if you will. Well, there was also a prostitution of transportation charge that is also involved in this as well. So
okay, that wasn't the entire case. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Of course, there are other charges in there. Whenever a prosecutor
this meal 550.
Yeah. Come on, Ad. There you go.
Prosecutes a case, it usually hinges upon one key element. The one key element.
I would just respectfully disagree with that.
One key element, bruh. It seems Angryman watch too many Matlock. I guess Angryman have been up trying to study law, watching Madlock with Andy Griffith. I guess he's watching. I guess Angryman is studying law from. I guess he's studying law from a Raymond Burr from Perry Mason. It's not always one key point in the case. What's going on, Pierre? What's going on, Pierre? What's going on with you? And thank you for calling me last night. But anyway, the thing is, right? How can you say it's only one key point? Really? Angryman, if it's really one key point, when there's other issues like drugs, prostitution, violence, and all in extortion, all of that, there is no just one key point. There's multiple key points. So you say, because you trying to make it all about sex and sexual abuse about this woman, about P Diddy. You know what? Let's go ahead and play this. I just, you know, anybody who follow Angryman after this, you're part of the problem.
20 years of practice, I would humbly just
right.
not.
I mean, you could disagree with that, but you could allow me to finish before you disagree with it.
You have an opinion with.
Wait, stop. Wait a minute, Angryman. You interrupted her. You got mad at her for interrupting you when you interrupted her as she was talking.
Without an expert opinion, that's interesting.
Well, so let me ask you, Angryman, what do you think the feds should have nailed him on? Because I understand what you're saying. It was a lot of the sexual talk that seemed to be the core of the case, and I was looking for something else outside of that, but that seemed to be the major core of the case. But what do you think they should have nailed him on? They couldn't have got him on the domestic violence, what I think should have been an appropriate charge, but that's a state level charge, and the statute of limitations has seemed to have run out of that, and this wasn't a state case.
Well, what they should have done is they should have done a better job of investigating, instead of waiting for Cassie to file a lawsuit and then using a video from a hotel to start charges based on that. They could have gotten him for possibly an ongoing criminal enterprise, especially with the way he's treated his
McCassie's lawsuit, Negro. The civil case between Cassie and P Diddy exposed the criminality of
artists, the way a lot of them have had to literally fight tooth and nail to get their publishing, how numerous people had many claims of violence and all sorts of things. This didn't have to be hinged upon his sex life, and that's part of the reason why
we're not talking about his sex life. Nobody in here talking about P Diddy's sex life. They're talking about the freak offs. They're talking about the distribution of drugs that fed into his sex life. Oh my God. Oh my God, this guy's a clown.
The case is falling apart to a degree. Like, simply because they prosecute things from a position where they know they're going to win the case. But here you have them dropping certain charges. Here you have them
they drop in certain charges. They do that all the time. Wait a minute. Let's stop. Wait a minute. While Angryman just said that, right? The Texas, the county of Frisco, Texas. I forgot the county that Frisco, Texas is in. They're doing the same thing to Kamal Anthony by charging him with murder in hopes to reduce the charge and the penalty, the sentence to manslaughter. They did that to make sure that the court can have bail, so that the person that the defendant can't receive bail. The court system do that all the time. The police do that all the time. They overcharge you in order to keep your ass in jail. You know what? Let me keep it going. Y'all don't. This is y'all's. Angryman is y'all's leader. Angryman is y'all's leader here of the manosphere. He is y'all's leader. Let's go.
In a situation where people are saying, "Oh, well, these were consenting adults," and like the defense really has been able to bring a legitimate argument to something that could have been a slam dunk case, in my opinion.
Do you
just to kind of jump in about 3 charges that won't be pursued, that including the attempted kidnapping, under California and New York state law, the attempted arson under California law, as well as the aiding, abetting in sex trafficking. I think that this was a strategic move on the prosecution's behalf.
Really? Really now? Oh, Angryman, it's just sad.
Just to maintain credibility within the jurors, I think that it was important for the jurors not to be confused by some instructions where it wasn't the strongest case under those particular charges, as well as, quite frankly, just not to insult the jurors' intelligence with undermining, so much uncertainty or just really nailing the charges that they have facts that support the elements of the crime.
But Daly, let me ask you a question. I noticed that the government took so many photos of the baby oil, and there seems to be a lot of this making a big issue of the sexual exploits out of this whole case. And I kind of understand what Angryman is saying, that like, why
the baby oil has drugs in it. The baby oil is laced. My God, it's not about the sex part. It's about y'all worry about. That's like somebody using. I'm gonna use let me try to be graphic, right? Let me try to be graphic. Let's say a person buys a sex toy, and they put cyanide in it. The problem is not about the sex toy, is that the person's lacing it with cyanide. Cyanide kills people, right? Think about it. It's not about the sex toy itself. It's what the sex toy is being used as a weapon. When you weaponize baby oil, the issue is not the baby oil; it's the intent with the baby oil. I put it that way.
I focus so much on that. If to go off of this RICO case, like if your case is so strong, why is that? Like, because it seems like that's the salacious aspect of it, and it seems like, to me, it seems like they wanted him to take a deal and make this go away. And now he did.
And that was stupid for P Diddy. P Diddy should have took the deal. They laid out a deal for him, saying, we, instead of taking 20, instead of you taking 20 years, you're going to get to the rest of your life. 20 versus the rest of your life. Which means, though, if this is the federal, since it's the federal case, he might take, 15, 17 years in prison? He'll take 17 years in prison, right? That 17 years he can stay. He'll come out at age 70 something. He'll die outside of prison. Now he's going to die in prison. Which would you rather have? Having a chance to die at home, or at a hospital bed, or at hospice, or die inside of a jail cell with nobody, cut off from the rest of the world? It's stupid on P Diddy's part not to take the plea.
Tried this case, and now the only way they could really put together a case was to put the salacious thing up in court, play these freak off tapes, and basically ruin this reputation of him.
That's strong, Don. Like, I think, okay, so maybe it's sensational, and I would love to hear from you, Delia, on this, but I'm having a reaction to that because there could have been like this exaggerative, like the salacious piece to entrap the media, but I still kind of feel like we still keep minimizing and asking the question, like, why are we building this on sexual exploitation? That's still a crime, and that's still like, it was still devious. It was still heinous. Like the accusations are terrible. So I feel like we're focusing. I think we're getting away from the bigger picture of, yes, we have baby oil and all of the things, but I just get the sense that we're minimizing the impact of sexual exploitation, being sexual predatory behavior, and I just think that is dangerous.
Yeah.
So
give Delia. We got 1 minute before we got to move on. Respond quick to that.
Just really quickly, I do agree that there has been a lot of salaciousness with painting Diddy as, really attacking his character and assassinating it in a way where I think that the strategy of the prosecution is to really paint him as a negative person where there's, no moral compass, and that he's, there's this evilness and this ill will and intent to do harm. So I think that was a human element that the prosecution was definitely trying to impose on the jurors and put that in their mindset as we go into deliberation.
Angryman, what say you before we go to break?
All these ads. Yeah. Skip all that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm not saying that all of that stuff isn't a crime and all of that stuff isn't horrible, but they want to be able to fight. They want to be able to try a case that they can win. That way, they don't got to be trying him again the same way they did with R. Kelly.
Yeah, I got you. I want to thank Delia Hobbs for hanging out with us. Up next, more with the Angryman about transactional relationships and couples. Therapist Dr. Shauna Johnson when Late Night Love continues.
Shame, blame, and explain. This is what y'all got. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Now, Tommy Sotomayor going to call me out today. I mean, over the weekend, and now Angryman doing this. Man, I'm like, man, what? Whatever. This is. Didn't even know Tommy was calling me out. Yeah, Pierre, you're right. Need to investigate more. Does he know how RICO? Exactly, Pierre. Does he know how RICO charges are done? He doesn't, because he watched too many quote unquote hood movies. He watched too many of those movies where he watched too many of those gangster movies like Casino and Goodfellas and what's that other movie? The World Is Yours. I forgot that movie called. Oh my God, Carlito's Way and Scarface. That's the movie I'm talking about. You watching too many of those movies and think that's reality. He needs to look up what RICO really is. What is a RICO charge? And what is distribution? No one is ever going to look at Johnson & Johnson the same way. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that part. Lotion too. And it wasn't just now correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't just baby oil. It was also lotion. I think it was lotion or some I think it was also low lotion so people can, rubbing themselves and it's the drugs that's laced inside of the baby oil and the lotion. He think it's about I'm rubbing lotion on myself. Oh yeah, that's sexual matter when anybody can just rub baby oil on their hands or arms. Hell, some of us on here are black, right? It's mostly people out there who are black. So black people, they get ashy. They're gonna rub some lotion on their elbows, their knees, legs. Some of us are, some of us who dark skinned, we get ashy, right? So it's not just sexual with the baby oil. Oh, do you have a lotion? Yeah, I got lotion. You got baby oil? Yes, I got lotion. Here. I'm kind of ashy. Got ashy elbows. I mean, and then they get zoned out on the baby oil, and then they get taken advantage out of. So it's not always a sexual act, initial sexual activity with the baby oil. People might be putting baby oil just to smooth your skin out or remove or trying to clear up the ashiness out. Do people around here think not everything's about sex, Angryman? You know what? I'm a in this video, y'all. I said enough. I said enough. Yeah, it's two birds with one stone with this live stream. Two birds with one two birds with one live streams. Got to get old school, Big J, for a minute. Hold on. Is fun to A10? A final day 18. What are you referring to? Yeah. You must have watched at the beginning of this live stream because Tommy want to come after me and shit. Like, nigga, I ain't talked to you in shit. I ain't talked to Tommy since 2016. He want to come after me now, nigga. Please. I'm gonna find that video when Tommy was in the shower trying to roast me and shit on Slap of Don's channel. I gotta find it. I wonder if the archivist V-Dub got that live stream, because I need that live stream though. That nigga want to come at me and shit. Okay. I wasn't even aware Tommy was coming after me, talking all that bullshit. Oh, she's a long jumper. Oh, you talking about old girl from Spain? Oh yes. Yes. Yeah, I saw videos of her when she went for the Olympics. You talking about a beautiful woman. Dark skin too. Oh my God. You talking about, ooh man, that girl's beautiful. I don't know, when it comes to fine women, I put her along with oh my God, I can't believe I forgot her name now. Simone Biles. I put her with Simone Biles. Okay, I put up there with Simone Biles. That's the most athletic, beautiful black women. Black women who are into athletics. I put her up there with Simone Biles. Yeah, man, she's she was in Barcelona. She was at the Barcelona games. This is like before the 2024 Olympics. I don't know, man, if she made it to the Olympics or not. But when I saw videos of her 3 years ago, I was like, oh my God, who is she? Beautiful too. That woman was a beautiful woman. Yeah, that. Whew. Yeah, but Simone, I wish there was some more Simone Biles of the world. That Simone Biles, she just warms my heart though. That woman just, Simone Biles just warms my heart. Beautiful, very elegant, very demure, lovely. Love that type. Anyway, I said enough. I'm gonna jump off of here. I'll be live tomorrow, I guess. What's today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, I guess. Anyway, enough with Angryman, enough with Tommy. I'm gonna get off of here. Make sure y'all go ahead and donate if you want. I say if you want. I'm not begging. Because I'm actually demonetized. I don't care no more. So anyway, yeah, I don't care. It's right up here. Anyway, shout out for everybody jumping on board for this morning. Spend a little hour with me. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. And peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.